Today we are playing Gruul Artifacts. This deck is a ton of fun because we can turn some powerful creatures like Sentinel and Nameless City and Bristlebud Farmer into hasty threats with Dowsing Device, which says whenever it or another artifact you control enters, you give target creature +1/+0 and haste until end of turn. So Sentinel and Nameless City will make 2 maps, so it will be a 5/4 Vigilance hasty threat, and then Bristlebud Farmer makes 2 food tokens, so it will be a 7/5 Trampling hasty Plant Druid, which is pretty cool. Besides that, we can also extrude our way to victory by sacrificing these maps and food tokens that we make and turning them into 3/3 golems. This was a deck that I shared on the channel a long time ago before rotation, and today I wanted to revisit it and have some fun. Only a few lands rotated, so I replaced those with Verges, and yeah, that's the deck. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe, and don't forget to leave a like if you enjoy this video. Let's hop onto the rank ladder and see how we can do. Okay, this hand's pretty nice with the Teething Wurmlet start. Just hope this is, we don't have any removal in this hand. We have Torch the Tower, which should help against the right aggressive decks to exile their big creatures, but we will definitely take another land. Teething Wurmlet is another kind of like superstar in the deck, because whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, we get to gain a life, and if it's the first time each turn, we get to go ahead and put a +1 counter on it. So if you sacrifice with the Legion Extruder on the opponent's turn and make a artifact golem, you also can trigger Teething Wurmlet on your opponent's turn to get extra +1 counters. Elegant Parlor is a little concerning because that means the opponent might be up to some devious things here, like a Boros control deck. I guess I'll just run out the Teething Wurmlet. We're gonna get aggressive and see what we can do. We can give the Wurmlet haste with the Dowsing Device here, and then if we get 4 artifacts on the battlefield, we get to flip it into a land, which can give future cards haste, which is pretty nice. Turn 3, 7 damage. Okay, it's a Reanimator deck. So yeah, there might be a ill-timed explosion in our future if we don't finish off the opponent here quickly. Nice thing with Tough Cookie, we have like a lot of ways to kind of get past sweepers, because we can also animate some like the non-creature artifacts with the second ability on Tough Cookie. For that reason, I will hold on to Tough Cookie, probably, so we can animate things later, give that haste. I guess I could have given Tough Cookie haste, and I think I would have won. Oops. I'm rusty. Oh, that's actually kind of annoying, but we have the Haywire Mite, so we can blow it up. Perfect. Alright, opponent goes first. That's not necessarily what you want to see, but we do have the Legion Extruder, which can be removal on turn 2, I guess. So, we'll give it a go. I was just gonna say that this, I feel like this deck is pretty good, but I don't know how believable that is coming from me after or at 85% Mythic. I was trying out someone's mono green deck the other day and lost a lot of rank that way, but determined to get it back. We'll make it happen. I mean, I can play the Dowsing Device later. I can play the Tough Cookie. If I play the Dowsing Device this turn, I can run out the Sentinel and Nameless City for 5 damage, which is pretty cool. We don't get much value out of the Dowsing Device here, but the Sentinel should do like 5 damage, and we'll have 2 map tokens, which will be very nice for future turns. I don't think we need another Dowsing Device. Alright, 5 hasty. Makes the map token when it attacks, so we get another Dowsing Device trigger. The next creature we play will flip it. The Legion Extruder can also kind of grind through our opponent's removal here. Opponent looks like they're on an Esper Pixies deck, which is quite annoying, but the thing is, I think we get both of the Dowsing Device triggers here, so this is a hasty 4 damage here. 2 damage to the face. I could crack a map if I wanted to. Sure. That seems alright. And then next turn we can also go ahead and make a golem and give it haste with the Geode Grotto, which is a very powerful effect that also helps us finish into like heavy removal. Hopeless. Okay, now we can't do that because we're not going to draw into a land here, but that's fine. Probably play out the Haywire Mite. You give the Haywire Mite haste. And see if they want to trade. Just keep throwing stuff at them. We go up 2, which is nice. And then we can make some golems with this Legion Extruder. We need one more land to make a golem and then give it haste with the Geode Grotto. Because it costs 3 to activate. One is gonna this town it. No! They saw the line. God, I hate Hopeless Nightmare. Alright. We have the food token. Just need to top deck well. They had the Hopeless Nightmare. That's so rough. Or the this town ain't big enough. No. Perhaps I should have held on to that one creature, but I don't think it would have made a difference. That much of a difference. We forced them to trade down their Pixie, which was sort of relevant. I'm not going to crack the food yet. That is a pretty cool card. We'll pretty much just die, though. But if we keep it in our hand, they could make us Hopeless Nightmare it. I think we play it and just crack the maps and see if we can set up the top of our deck for another creature or land. This costs 3 to activate. Bristlebud Farmer is actually pretty nice. Makes a bunch of foods. We're gonna actually keep that. I guess I shouldn't have cracked the second map since we already knew what was on top, and the +1 counter it isn't relevant because they're just gonna kill it. That's my bad. They have the second this town ain't big enough. That's so unbelievable. That is so unbelievable. They had 2 Hopeless Nightmare, 2 Teething Blade, and 2 this town ain't big enough. Where's our cookie? Our tough cookie is what we really kind of need here. Turn our existing artifact tokens into damage. Opponent is going to Teething Blade, but kind of need to do something, I feel like. If we hold this in our hand, they could also just eventually find another this town ain't big enough or a Storm Chaser's talent. That I will say is not good. What do we need to draw? I think we just need to find a cookie. Tough cookie, but I think we even like die. Even if we find a tough cookie. We needed to hit like a land at some point, and then we could use the Geogrotto haste effect. Crack of food because we're getting low, but this is a little late, don't you think? Oh. Could bargain it off of food, but I think we're gonna need the life. Could have waited, but I don't think they're gonna be bouncing that to their hand or equipping anything to it. Okay, they do have a rare land. I was like, are we getting destroyed by 0 rares? Pixie. That'd be the most sad thing. I should have cracked food, but honestly, I think we're toast. You go first. This is pretty good. Teething Wurmlet into Tough Cookie. Into Sentinel Nameless City. Gonna get a lot of counters on the Wurmlet and gain us a lot of life. Also have Torch to deal with other things. Play this before combat so we get our +1 counter. Then Sentinel Nameless City works well with Teething Wurmlet because it can make a map token every single turn. I think the opponent would probably go for the Sentinel of the Nameless, or sorry, the Torch of the Tower rather. Because otherwise we just kill it. But the Sentinel, my second thought that I was trying to process was, if they go for the Sentinel of the Nameless City, we kind of have to waste our turn getting rid of the bat. Opponent. Why'd you have to shoot him? The rest, we got nothing but creatures. Actually, kind of a nice thing about this deck is you actually have a fair amount of creatures. That seems nice. So we'll flip into a land, so we can play the tough cookie afterward, actually. Hopefully the opponent's not running a sweeper, but black only has sweepers at 5, and they don't see that much play in the mono black mid-range decks, so I think we'll be okay. We can only go for the Wurmlet because these are both artifacts, and Bandit's talent is not going to do it. You can animate like a food. Just win. Well, not just win, but force our opponent to block. What a counter on a cookie. Wurmlet will take that. That is why the tough cookie is very nice. Is can animate the random trinkets that are sitting around, and I wonder if tough cookie with Aether Drift, how good this effect might be. It's a little troll, but like, you don't have to do the crew cost. Huh? That seems pretty okay. Alright, GG. Alright, you go first. Kind of annoying having tap lands in the hand here, but we can make do. The nice thing about the tap line, it's just another way to get through those like heavy removal sweeper matchups, because you just turn it into a creature and hit face if the opponent is doing that. On a red, we do actually have a lot of life gain. Question is, do we just snipe the Heartfire hero now and stop the mouse from going off? I think we give it a turn and perhaps kill the thing that gives double strike. Haywire Mite would be a nice card to see off the top because we can get rid of those monstrous roll tokens. Manifold Mouse is fine. We can still kill the Heartfire here though if we want to go for that, which might be better. Double Strike's so broken. It's just so strong. Alright, this is a decision point. Do we kill the Heartfire hero or the Manifold Mouse? Or do we just run out Sentinel of Nameless City? Probably not that option. I think we kill the thing that gives double strike, though. The opponent probably has another one. They always have a second. I think we want to apply pressure in this matchup, because they're always going to be able to push through a fair amount of damage, so got to oh wow, a second one. Hey caramba. Oh man, top decking a few too many lands right now. We'll make a map, outgrow the Wurmlets, gain us 2 life. And we can block with the Sentinel if we want. We want to crack the map. I don't think we do, because we can use it with the Legion Extruder. And then we can block with the Sentinel. We got them down to 10. They got us down to 14. 3-4, which we can activate next turn. So we can try and push lethal with the Restless Ridgeline. But they're probably going to do an unbelievable amount of damage with this Heartfire hero Manifold Mouse. So they just give it double strike. It goes up to 4-4, and then you play a monstrous rage on it. It goes up to 7-7 double strike. So we were literally forced to block it. If the opponent has a Carousel Sword, we just lose on the spot. So 2 mana, double striking. So strong. I have missed when Slick Shot Show Off was the problem. Okay, that's not quite the same, but it's very similar in the sense that they at least get to trample through. Okay. Huh. If we attack in with the Restless Ridgeline, are we just dead on the crackback? Play the Dowsing Device. This will trigger both Wurmlets to 4. We can turn this into an artifact creature, and that will trigger the Dowsing Dice as well, and then we can give that haste as a 4-4. So we can push 12 damage, but we're just gonna try it. If Mono Red has it, they have it. They have to block here, which is nice for us. This, we gain a fair amount of life from this. But they lose their double strike as long as they don't have another one. I think this is better than activating the Ridgeline, just because we actually get the Teething Wurmlet triggers to gain 4 life. You gotta block. You got to block. I like the showcase art for this card. I don't have it, but Heartfire here. They can activate it in the Rock Face Village and do 1 extra, like 5 damage here. If they have the Fling, they also just win. Oh, wow. Nope. Just good. Alright, you go first. I mean, we can hold up Torch the Tower. We have Legion Extruder. We'll give it a go. We'll hold on to doing the Torch the Tower for a turn. This allows us to cast Bristlebud Farmer. We'll hold on to that as well. Man, Running into that mono red deck for so long has been hard not to get very upset about losses like that. When it's stuck on 2 lands, they played like 3 creatures, and boom, they did 12 damage. Opponent is multiple colors here. These are the colors of Atraxa. I think it's like Witch Maw or something. Redless, I guess, is another way of describing it. Oh my god, this attracts a Reanimator. That is crazy. I knew they were the colors of Atraxa, but I honestly did not expect Atraxa to show up. Do it again, opponent. Draw a card, make a food. They hit their 4th land drop. Do they just have the Zombify? Do they have the Zombify? No. No, they do not. I'm not going to play anything. I'm just going to attack. You get the attack trigger, which mills 3 cards, and you can put a permanent from among them into your hand. Grab the Dowsing Device that can set up things to be hasty for future turns. I guess I'll play the Dowsing Device and the tap land. And then we can activate the Legion Extruder on their turn. I feel like Seed of Hope. It's like a cool card, but at the same time, I feel like this card is so bad. The only place where it works like well in, I feel like, is Gruul Delirium. When it gets back Atraxa, we should be able to trample over Atraxa. Omniscience is not pretty to see. Rakdos joins up. We can exile the Atraxa permanently with Torch, so they can't just reanimate it again. This doesn't really help us that much because we need to pump up only one of our creatures, so they're forced to block. Well, they're actually never forced to block, I guess. Play a land here. If I pump this up, this becomes 6. So they're incentivized to block one of them, and then we can torch whichever one that they do, or torch it pretty much regardless. Oh my goodness. Lands, they're all here. Goodbye, permanently. Then we can Wrenn's Resolve and cast whatever we find. Oh my god. What a flood. Feels like a lot of lands. Maybe this deck should be playing 1 or 2 less lands, but we do have like 4 drops and 3 drops, and we want to be able to activate our grotto. Oh my god. Yeah. Opponent found multiple reanimation spells, because I don't think we saw either of these in the Atraxa reveal. Alright, this hand seems good. We have no tap lands, so we can just curve right on out. Opponent is playing Lifegain. should be able to hopefully kill whatever they play with the Legion Extruder. And another one. Alright, nice. This will trigger a Wurmlet, we'll gain some life, and then boom, blow it up, swing in. Probably want to get this Dowsing Device down if we can. Throwing Innocence is annoying. We don't have any exile effects in our hand. I don't think we need any more lands. I think I'll get the Dowsing Device down just to go ahead and set up haste for our farmers here. So we can play them as hasty 4 mana 7/5 tramplers with haste. Sounds pretty good. The opponent's gonna gain so much life though, I feel like it's gonna be hard to huh. Is there any way we can blow up both their creatures? I mean, we can see if the opponent will make the mistake of blocking the Wurmlet, and we can trade the Wurmlet for the Ajani's Pridemate. No go. Opponent, we just want to be friends. We can activate the Legion Extruder to make a Golem at instant speed so that we kill the Ajani's Pridemate. We can also post-combat Legion Extruder it and then torch the Enduring Innocence so it gets exiled. Unfortunate, but get rid of that. No more card draw, and we'll get rid of the Vanguard, I guess. This should reduce the amount of life totals, or like life they are gaining, so that we can keep pace with the Pridemate. Well, Linden's kind of annoying. Is it farmer time? Could also go to kill the Linden. Because we can torch the Linden, which will slow down their life gain again. But I don't know what I would torch with. We'll just do this. Torch the token here. The Legion Extruder is pretty nice. Going for 5 or 6. They're gonna hit us for 5, but we have like 7 hasty trampling. Is that good? We will find out here. That blocker is a little annoying. Could get rid of the Enduring Innocence, swing in for 6. Or we could try and trample over, but that also is not the best. I think we'll do this. Because we give this a little bit of power, we get rid of that. I could sack the other Legion Extruder now to give it like +1 more damage, but we'll see if we can surprise them on defense. And we get another counter if we activate the Legion Extruder on their turn. That's pretty lame. That's fine. Doesn't really make much of a difference. We can activate this just to gain some life. But we'll wait. I don't think the one life gain is going to make a difference. Don't draw the card. Is it a land drop? It is a land drop. No other creature. Opponent is afraid. Stay afraid. Stay very afraid. Oh yeah. The farmer is in town. Let's get in there. I guess I could play the Mite as a blocker or something. Sure, we'll sacrifice a food. Opponent doesn't actually, they can't survive unless they have a removal spell. GG. Alright, opponent goes first. A little spooky. Hand's not terrible, I guess. I don't know. Wurmlet, that is an excellent top deck. Opponent is a firm Izzet believer. They have the Izzet sleeves and they're playing Izzet. I respect that. I think we just get the Dowsing Device down. So we can give our future creatures haste, which is pretty good. The Tough Cookie becomes a 4/2 haster, which is pretty cool. Dang. That's kind of sad. Wonder what the opponent is playing. Are they playing a Cursed Recording deck? Are they playing a 1,000-Year Storm? Or are they playing Prowess? Like a Izzet Prowess deck? No land drop is definitely a little awkward here. Shoot you in the face. Opponent. Down with the worm. Artist talent, okay. I like that card. Don't know what our opponent is up to still. We have the Haywire Mite, so we can use that on the talent potentially. Opponent, big fan of countering things. What are they up to? Doesn't make much sense to me. Another talent. A lot of card filtering. Still don't know what the grand scheme is. I guess artist talent allows you to burn for more damage, and maybe that's just the win con. What is going to allow us to do damage? Yay! Alright. Mite. Number 2. Another counterspell? My goodness. What the heck? That is hard to believe. Opponent's not gonna top deck a sweeper, right? We can play another Legion Extruder. We can eat whatever talent they level up with the sacrifice. They have the Think Twice, which they can use to draw another card. Opponent goes for it. We probably will get rid of one of these talents next turn though. I had enough. Has a lot of drawing and discarding. They're down to 44 cards. I mean, I guess we'll get rid of one. I don't know. Stop choosing your cards. It's not fair. I apparently am choosing not to draw lands. Oh crap. It's a planeswalker.
Don't underestimate me just because I'm fuzzy. I hope you've got bottled lightning to share.
Sack one of our extruders. The other. I'm sorry, Raul, but can't let you stick around.
Guess you're not an animal lover.
I don't know if that's a fair argument,
I'll
Raul.
search another plane.
Can I get the fourth land? I think we might just lose because we apparently can't draw a fourth land. How many cards is that? 15 cards with 3 lands in a 24 land deck. Not ideal. Opponents tapped out. They discounted their spells though, so ooh. If we hit that fourth land drop, we would be cruising because we'd start getting card advantage from our farmers, but earlier in the video I said maybe we should cut a land. I retract that statement. Alright. Yeah, great. Pyroclasm. Boom. Everything's gone. Opponent. I think the opponent's game plan is just to cast a bunch of spells with Raul. Oh my goodness, card draw. Let's go. Make it work. Don't counter me, opponent. Let me have this one thing. Please. Please, opponent. Okay, opponent apparently needed to think for a long time before they just ripped the counter spell. I don't know why that was that difficult to decide on, but Ay, caramba, ends the another planeswalker, so we have to figure out a way to attack past this dang otter. Why? Why? Top 17 cards, 3 lands. That can't be likely. Come on, opponent, just click the freaking buttons. So I'll wait. You gonna bounce it? So the chances to draw 3 or less of lands would be 2.43%.
Nope. Gotta work with what's available.
It's actually not the lowest I've seen or experienced. Dang.
Aha! A solution!
Wow, can you just quiet down a little?
be my protege today. Another genius idea by Raul Zeri.
Opponent has hit all of their counter spells, all their don't make a sounds, and they get a ill-timed explosion.
I can invent my way to victory.
Question is, are they actually going to blow up the board, or they're... Because I can just make a golem afterwards. What? 1 damage? Oh. Well, forgot about that. Well, forgot about the talent doing that. We hit the 4th land. Let's go. The opponent has only touched like more than half their deck.
No amount of science is gonna fix
I hate
this.
dead ends.
Kill me. Put me out of my damn misery, please, opponent. Oh, hell nah, dude. Just freaking play your instant sorceries. Alright, well, that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. I think this deck can be a lot of fun. It's reasonably competitive. I feel like we went 5-4 overall with the deck. So take that with a grain of salt, as it is only 9 games. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff helps out a ton. And consider checking out the previous video where we played Mono Black Burn. So if that sounds interesting, it should be on the screen right about now. Anyways, have a nice morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever and whenever you're watching. Take care of yourself. Ciao.